In our last episode, we tied up at River's Edge Marina and explored Old St. Augustine. Now it was time to head south again, so we charted course for Cocoa Beach, where Lona and I would be meeting up with friends. As we started getting close to Cocoa Beach, we did see some boats that had washed up on shore, and we kind of thought maybe they were just old boats from a long time ago. But come to find out that Cocoa Beach was hit by Hurricane Nicole and Hurricane Ian recently. This powerboat has a sad story. The captain and wife were on the boat trying to save it during the storm, and the captain had a heart attack and ended up dying at the hospital. Sank over here in the anchorage, and now you have to be very mindful where you go. There's a few motorboats and some sailboats. Some sailboats you can see the mast, but this one washed up on shore. A big hole on the side. And this is where we are. And we want to go out and anchor away from this dock. The winds are coming from the south. We're going to be getting pushed up against the dock all night, and it's going to be very uncomfortable. We have to reroute our trip that we took on the way in, because there's a good example out here. I think, yeah, there you go. That's a sailboat under there. So the way we came in, there's a few other power boats that are down under. So we're going to reroute our trip that we took when we came in from under the bridge. And we didn't hit anything on the way in, so we're going to try to take the exact same path. Billy and Eddie drove 1.5 hours to pick us up at Cocoa Beach Municipal Dock. We took them up on their offer for a hot shower and a big bed. The next morning, after we had breakfast together, we drove to Walmart and started working on our provision list.
Holy cow. Thank you. Have a good day. See the total of that.
You'd be amazed at how much crap they can fit in this car.
Okay, I don't know. We'll
Because
see.
when we moved down, we couldn't see. I mean, you
Oh,
had
really?
to like lower the window down sometimes to shove it in.
Yeah. Oh my God. We got a few waters, huh?
Heavy stuff on the bottom.
This can go in between us.
I don't know how Ilona does it, but she always manages to find a place to stow the provisions. And she remembers where everything is. We took a walk around town to check out this hardware store that has quite a bit of history. It's the oldest one in Florida. The same family has been running it for 5 generations. They occupy both buildings with the upstairs and buildings in the back. At one time, they sold everything from groceries, furniture, and caskets. Look up and you'll see very cool artwork hanging from the ceiling. Here we are at the hardware store in Cocoa Beach, and this place is over 100 years old. They've got everything imaginable. So we got some tarps that we're going to use for a sunshade, and there's so much more.
Yeah, look at all this stuff.
Now it was time to stop at a local pub and say goodbye to our good friends before shoving off the next morning. Now we would start heading for Stuart, Florida. We only made one stop along the way before arriving to Sailfish Marina, where we would meet our friends Mike and Mary. They helped us get more last-minute provision, and we picked up our Amazon packages that were being delivered to Mary's house. After provisioning, Mike and Mary took us out for a wonderful dinner and showed us around town. Early the next morning, we set course for Lakeview Manors. Here we are at the Jupiter lighthouse, and we're requesting a bridge opening. And here's the bridge opening up now, and it opened up just in time because I don't know if that guy's antenna would have cleared, but yeah, they're working on a new bridge. Next time around they'll have a 65-foot fixed height bridge, but it's been really easy. People are very prompt at opening up the bridges. We anchored near the Lantana Bridge because bridges are usually no-wake zones. The next morning, we pulled up anchor and made our way south to Golden Isles Lake. That anchor's going to be in there real solid because the wind was blowing the other day. It's got to be buried. It's going to come up a little bit at a time. Right on top of it now. Oh, maybe we got it. A little bit. Already. Rinse it off. Okay. Tuck it away. That's it, off we go. On this 8.5-hour trip, we had to request 23 bridge openings. They open every half hour. Some on the hour and on the half, others on the quarter hour and 3/4 hour. Bridge. This is Summerfest going southbound, all clear. Thank you for the opening. Before arriving at Golden Isles Lake, we did get to see some really beautiful houses as we passed through Fort Lauderdale. This is how people stay cool on a hot December day in Fort Lauderdale. We finally arrived in Golden Isles Lake. Okay, now we're going to proceed to take the dinghy off the boat. Let's see what we learned from this experience. This was the first time I ever put my dinghy in. Now that we had the dinghy going, we waited until after sunset to go to our little secret corner where we would be able to tie up the dinghy and go into town. Alright, this is how we do it over here. This little anchorage that we found, a little gem. Just got our fence over here, and we got our dinghy locked up to the railing over here. So now, I just got to go and unlock. There you go, Lon. You can loop that through. Okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, I'll trade you. Okay. So now we got our lock. Hop aboard there, Lona. What's that? Here we are on Golden Isle Lake. Found this little place last night, did a lot of research on my little iPad and avionics and maps, and checked out all the write-ups on this place, and it worked out really well. So we got over here, and all it is condos. It's off the ICW. There's a little inlet, skinny little inlet that lets you into this lake that has, well, no restaurants or anything, so no jet skis and no boom box. It's kind of quiet. But I did look on the maps last night, and I saw that there was a little tiny bit of water that went to a road, kind of a dead end thing. But we were able to tie up the dinghy over there and go to Winn-Dixie, and tomorrow we can go to a lot more stores because there's some super Walmarts, West Marine. So yeah, this was a really neat little gem that we found. Glad I found it. Once we had it figured out, we made many more runs into town to go to Winn-Dixie, Super Walmart, laundry, and local restaurants. A lot more groceries and provisions at, what was it, Winn-Dixie?
Yeah, Winn-Dixie.
And we can only carry so much, so we plan on going again tomorrow. Nice.
There's
nice.
our dinghy full.
Cool little place we found.
Hard to see, but
not
it's
too many
all
people
filled up.
know about this place.
I know.
And you can tell. And yeah, there's a real neat little place in the corner to get to shore. And yeah, we must have carried, what, 100 pounds of stuff, Lona?
Oh, God,
That had to be.
Easily.
Between the two of us, 100 pounds of...
Lots of canned goods. We're provisioning for the Bahamas.
Yeah, canned goods. Beer is heavy.
Oh, yeah, the beer. Amen.
Amen. We were here for about 3 weeks, so we kept busy with projects, and there were always opportunities for going on nice walks in the morning to go check out the sunrise. adds to the effect, so. Here we are practicing on our first coconut. I'm not sure how it's going to pan out. There is liquid in it, and they're supposed to be good for like, when you buy them at the store, for like 4 months. So we got this one that was floating around. They fall out of the trees near the shore on the ICW. It's not the biggest one we've seen, but I think it would. Got to start somewhere, something to practice on, and we'll see where we go from there. So, looks like this one was growing, or ready to. It's got a little sprout in there, so not sure if it's good or bad, but if it is bad, I guess it's going to have a sour taste. And we'll find out about that later. The coconut actually ended up tasting really good. We ended up staying here for around 3 weeks, waiting for a favorable weather window, which never happened. Now we're expecting special guests from the Northeast to visit with us for the Christmas weekend, but more on that in our next episode.